Alright, y'all. Get ready, because this is gonna be insane what you're about to see, okay? So I'm going about my day, as you guys know. Normal as always. Just trying to live life, have fun. You know. And then this happens. Yep. Don't worry. I handled it pretty good, you know? Like, I thought to myself, this person must be in a lot of pain inside that they have to go out of their way to comment on so many of my posts. Which never explained to me how I'm messing with divination. How? I don't understand how. Right? I don't understand. It didn't make any sense to me. So, as you're about to see, I responded again. And I kept it, respectful, godly, holy. I didn't understand how come he was so upset. I didn't understand that part. And this was on a separate post. He was just insulting me repeatedly, posting a link, and I don't know why. I decided to just leave the comments there because why not? But they get increasingly worse. Like this one. It was so unnecessary. You know what I mean? Like, why did he have to say that? Does he think that that's godly? That it's holy? Honestly, y'all, it doesn't matter what I do. There's gonna be people who just are triggered by my walk with Jesus, you know? Doesn't matter. And that's just the point. The way I live, the way I present myself, it gives the enemy pause, and so he has to attack. He has to attack on anything and everything that he can, because he has to try to get us in our feelings so that we step out of character, out of the narrow path that we're walking with Jesus. He wants to stumble us, trip us up, see if we can be shaken, and I wasn't shaken. I stood firm in my faith, and I also held fast to the truth that this person is the one who's deceived, lost, and needs to repent, because there was no reason to call me all those names. That is not how you get someone to listen to you at all. You come with compassion, non-judgment, and you have a dialogue with them. You don't just insult them and attack them and then expect them to lower their defenses and open up to you. No, that's not how it works. That's basically how you make people turn away from your version of faith, which that's what it is. It's his version of faith. It's not the version of faith. Not like mine, where I have developed a sense of peacefulness, quietness, reverence, and really been growing in virtue and the fruit of the Spirit. And I'm not perfect. Some days I have my off days, and sometimes I react poorly, but for the most part, I do my best to remain Christ-like. And I try to think, what would Jesus do? How would Jesus respond to this? What would Jesus say? And I try my best to do that instead of what my mind wants to do. You know what I mean? So after all of that, there's more, unfortunately, but after all that's done, the comments, I wanted to talk about the fact that I've noticed that there's a lot of this going around more and more. And it's not like just a once in a while kind of thing. It happens to me quite often. I just don't post about it all the time because I have other things to focus on. And I don't like giving these people too much, fanfare. If you know what I mean, like giving them their 15 minutes of fame or whatever. Because they definitely don't deserve it. But I thought that this would be a great opportunity to show you how you can respond gracefully without cussing, without judging anyone, and still staying true to your convictions and your faith, and still hold your ground and do it elegantly and gracefully. I mean, let me tell you, it was very hard. You don't think that I wanted to just, become Surrey Stacy? Oh, I did. But that's not what Jesus would do. So I didn't. And it's also a good thing to step back and breathe in these moments and think about scripture. You will be hated for my name's sake. Blessed are you when they revile and say all manner of evil against you for righteousness' sake. Right? So I was holding fast to all of those things. The Beatitudes, And just the fact that these things have to happen. We have to go through these things as believers. If we didn't, then we wouldn't even know that we're on the right path. You know what I mean? I mean, if you're on the right path with Jesus, you should be getting a lot of trials and things. People should be reviling you, and they should be speaking all manner of evil against you for righteousness' sake. And they should be hating you for his name's sake. That is one of the greatest confirmations that you are on the narrow path that you could ever get. And I really don't mind it anymore. I used to. It used to bother me. 2.5 years ago, it really bothered me. I remember, you guys probably remember me posting about every single hater ever, right? And at the time, I wasn't I didn't understand completely that it was a dojo for my soul. I've talked about this before, you guys. Trial, pain, suffering, dojo for your soul. You wouldn't be able to refine what needs to be refined and become closer to God if you didn't have those trials, pain, suffering, and enduring. You're supposed to endure these kinds of things, and you're supposed to rejoice when it happens. I've learned to do just that, and to thank him for counting me worthy enough to go through such a trial. You know what I mean? You guys remember the hate page from 2.5 years ago? Yeah. Where everybody from my past was on the hate page and saying lies and slanderous things about me every single day. I couldn't understand at the time how someone could be that bored that they would spend every day talking about one person. You never got over it. It's been over 10 years. You never got over it. Over 10 years. And you still were holding on to whatever happened in the past between me, you, and my Dana-sama. Really? Move on. I tell you, some people be crazy. Literally, I don't even think about these people anymore. And when I do, I pray for them. It's not often, though. It's not very often that I think about them. Only when I remember that, oh yeah, that happened to me. And I remind myself, what a blessing that was. If God didn't let me have that dojo training for my soul, I probably wouldn't be as patient, calm, and graceful in my responses now. You know what I mean? It taught me a lot. Not just that, but I'm also trying to refine my lady skills, as you guys know. So it wasn't that bad for me. I mean, I don't even know what happened to that page. I stopped following up with them. I stopped going and looking. I don't even know if it's still there. I remember that I did report it, and several other people, my friends, reported the page too, so who knows what happened. I don't know. What I do know is that there was so many people who hated me from 10 years ago. that they were they were all on one page. I couldn't believe it, y'all. I couldn't believe it. Oh. I can laugh now about it because man, this life is wild, you know? Like, it's wild, you know? People holding grudges for 10 years plus? Dang. That's a lot of tension. That's a lot of, like, anger and bitterness. That's a lot of hard-heartedness. Think about it. To have a grudge that long. It's got to be painful and exhausting. Do you think it's exhausting? I wouldn't know. I never had a grudge that long. I've had grudges, but not like 10 plus years. Maybe like momentarily. Well, when I was younger, I probably did have a lot more grudges. But as I got older, I learned how to like forgive and forget, you know? Most of them, at least. Some of them I forgive and I don't forget, but some of them I forgive and forget. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine being that angry for that long? Man, I can't understand how anyone could even like be angry that long. How do people be angry that long? Thank you, Jesus, that I don't have that kind of weight on me. That would be terrible. I bet those people have really painful shoulders. You know, like their back must hurt. Their back and their shoulders must really, really hurt. That's just insane. I never really thought about it before. Like, those people were angry for a long time. That's so sad. Like, can you imagine being in that much pain? Wow. And I really don't even know the full extent to how many of the people from my past were on that page. I have no idea, you know? I know of the ones that I could see interacting on the page. Some of them were even on my friends list that were reacting on that page and interacting. And they're still on my friends list. I didn't unfriend them or anything. Just goes to show you sometimes high school doesn't leave people. You know what I mean? It like stays with them for the rest of their life. They just forever in drama mode from high school. I don't know how anybody could do that to themselves. It just seems so... It seems like a time waster. Like you're wasting so much time. You know what I mean, right? Like, who would waste their time being angry at someone for years? Like, don't you have anything better to do with life? Like, I don't know. I think these people need a hobby. Maybe that might help. Crocheting's a good hobby. I bet you guys would love to crochet. I've absolutely fallen in love with crocheting, and I'm learning how to embroider. And I've always been really good at sewing ever since I was a teen, ever since home economics. Been really good at sewing. Oh, and I've also been learning the loom weaving, as you guys know. I've been on that kind of adventure too. But mostly I really love crocheting. Oh, I love it. I got yarn for days. And I'm just basking in all the things I'm going to do with it. I got so many embellishments and beads and everything too, because I really want to like do these really cute crafting things where I make like maybe little sackettes, or I can make different kinds of purses. I know I have to make market bags so that I have them to go to the store with when I'm just me by myself. I like to do book covers too. I'm working on the one for my Catholic Women's Devotional Bible. And I might make a smaller ones for the others, like my journal and my other devotionals. And my tiny Bible that I put in my purse. That'd be cute, eh? Have a cute little tiny one. Oh, and it would have like a tiny little button. Oh. I'm still working on my shawl. Ooh, I could even like put like on the inside a cloth lining and then like lace around the edging on one. Ooh. Could you imagine? I even have ribbons. Oh, what if I tried the ribbons? I have so many different colored ribbons now, and so many different like patterns of them. Oh, they would look so nice on the inside. Wouldn't they? They would look it would be like a cover page. A cover page, y'all. A cover page with ribbons and beads. And perhaps a few puffy hearts sewed on there. Ooh, and a bow on the front. I have those little bow embellishments with the little tiny pearls. The same one I put on, like I have like different colored ones, but like the one I put on my wallet that I made. You guys remember the wallet I made? I still use that wallet. It's the only wallet I use now. I love it so much. I did such a good job on it. I gotta finish my purse for the winter. Yeah. Oh, you guys. It's amazing how much I've like gone through and how much I could still smile and find things to be happy about and praise the Lord and be grateful and thankful and everything. I don't let things stick with me because I don't want that. I don't want that weight. I don't want that stress. It sounds icky, don't you think? It's kind of icky, right? seems really, really kind of strange just to hold on to such bitterness. I can't, it's bothering me because I can't understand it. That's why. I want to understand. But I guess some things I'm not meant to understand. I'm not like other people. I think that's the problem. If I was like other people, maybe I would be able to understand why somebody could have such a grudge for such a long time. But I really can't understand. Like, I'm trying to wrap my head around it. The purpose of it. Is there a purpose of it? Like a valid purpose? Like, could you, like, okay. Hypothetically, okay? We're going to do a hypothetical. Hypothetically, let's say you were secretly in love with someone, okay? And you were just friends with them. You never told them your feelings, ever. Then that friend fell in love with someone else. Had children with that someone else. And then eventually married that someone else. Would you be mad for 10 plus years over that? Is it possible? I wouldn't I can't, no, because I can't. I would have moved on. I would have been like, oh, well, he's married. Ain't no fixing that. Ain't no breaking that up. That's a life commitment right there. He put a ring on that. Okay, I'm out. I would have moved on, yo. I wouldn't have held a grudge and been angry about it. I've been like, thank God he's happy. That's all I really wanted for him anyway. Think about it. If you truly love someone, wouldn't you want them to be happy? Even if it wasn't with you? I can honestly say I would want my Dana-sama, if he ever did choose to leave, to be happy, even if it wasn't with me. However, I would never move on. I would never fall in love with someone else. I'd never be with anyone else. I would remain, in my mind, in my heart, still married to Dana-sama. But that's just me. I wouldn't resent whoever he's with. Maybe at first, because, I'm a woman. I am human, and I do get jealous. At first, I would be probably really angry. But I would get over it. I'd be like, as long as he's happy. And that's that. But I don't have to worry about that because he is happy. I take very good care of him. And I loves him so much. Right? Right, Dana-sama? I loves you so much. And I take good care of you. And I think he thinks I'm cute. I'm cute, right? He does think I'm cute. I knows it. Dana-sama, have you ever had a grudge for 10 years or longer? Huh? It's weird, right? Because I hate page, remember?
What?
Remember the hate page 2.5 years ago? Those people were from 10 years plus before. And they were holding a 10 plus year grudge on me. Right? How does somebody have that much energy? I know, right? You're like, I can barely stay mad for like a day now. Know what I mean? Like, it's just too much effort. Like, who has that much effort to go 10 plus years? It don't make no sense. I can't understand it. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, you guys, I'm going to try not to think about it anymore. I promise. I can't figure it out. And when these things happen, I get like kind of weird about it and I want to understand it. So then I try to understand it best I can. Even if it's not like fully understanding, but it's somewhat in the ballpark of understanding, I'm satisfied enough to let it go. I can't figure it out though. Not even like close. I don't understand that. It don't make no sense. You must have made a big impression on them.
Who?
Whoever it was that was behind the whole entire page that was in love with you for 10 plus years.
I don't know why. I had diarrhea a lot.
Well, I'm in love with you for 10 plus years. Almost 20. You're a very handsome, beautiful man. Very, very lovely. I can see why they would be in love with you. But to hold a grudge against someone because you didn't choose them? I don't know if I'd be able to do that. Know what I mean? My goodness, I'm not. You make me happy. Sorry, guys. That's my happy noise. I can't believe it's almost been 20 years. Man, it must have been longer than 10 years plus then. I don't know. I gotta let it go. All right, let's think about something else. Yes. So in this clip here, I was reading the devotional, Catholic Women's Devotional Bible here. I was sitting on the ground. This was at Dana-sama's work, by the way. I was at Dana-sama's work this day. And that's why there's like just clips of me walking around because when I'm there at his work, I try to stay out of his way. He needed to do something real quick that day. He said it was going to be an hour or two. It turned out to be 3 hours, which was fine because I had things to do. Like I brought crocheting, sewing, journaling, Bible reading, devotionals, lots of things for me to do, even coloring and drawing and whatnot. I did a bunch of different things all day, for those 3.5 hours. Anyway, in this in this clip here, you can't tell because it's grainy. I put the grainy filter on top because I wanted to like filter out some of the brightness that was going on because it was really bright. But anyway, you'll see later at the end of this, there's photos that I took from this day. And in those photos, you can see some very interesting things. And I really wanted to share that with you because I felt so much at peace, so content. I didn't have any I wasn't upset, eager to leave or anything like that. I was content the whole time, happy, content. Just sitting there, reading, highlighting, writing little notes in the sides of the Bible. I was very content. I think I felt content because I felt Jesus with me. I felt him. And I didn't know how, I could feel him, but I could. I felt him. I knew he was near me. And so I was content. Very, very happy. Such a lovely day. It really was a lovely day, I always forget that when I film things like this, that it's literally the day of. This was today. Oh, I'm so tired, y'all. I can't wait to go to bed. It was too hot. I'm just tired. That's what it is. That's why I forgot that it was today. This was earlier today. It's dark now and it's almost bedtime, and I always do my vlogs in the evening, and so I forgot. Wow, y'all. Wow. I'm glad Denison will let me go to work with him, though. Oh, how I love my Donna Summer, Donna Summer, Donna Summer. Is this the photos now? No. Everything's so still all of a sudden. If you're wondering who I'm looking at, it's Donna Summer. He came out to say hello. He took a break. Oh, he worked so hard today. I was rubbing his shoulders because he was in so much pain from polishing. My poor baby. He was asking me if I was bored. I said no. Are you sure? Yep. What you doing? Just read? You're okay with that? Yeah. And then he told me, I don't know how much longer, but I think it's going to be another hour or so. How long has it been? I'm like, 2 hours. And he's like, okay, yeah, about another hour or so. And I'm like, okay, no problem. I had no problems with it. For reals. I like being there and spending time with him. I didn't even have to say anything. I just looked at him and smiled, and he's like, okay, I'll help you up. Here's the photos, guys. Look at this. Do you see that above me? I zoomed in. And look, as the clouds covered the sun, it's still there. So it wasn't like a lens flare from the sunlight. It was literally just there. This is where I see Jesus. I can see Jesus in this picture. Can you? You're about to see where I see Jesus. Right there. I see him looking down at me like that. Take a look. You see him now? And you're about to see that whatever that orb thing is, it's still there even after like the whole entire sky is completely covered in clouds. See, it's still there. It wasn't a lens flare. I don't know what it is. I think it might be Jesus saying hello, being with me. Anyway, y'all, I'll see you tomorrow. Later for now. Good night.